Hi everyone, it's your girl Shelly D here with another Words of Wisdom. Remember to go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Shelly D Cotton. Also, subscribe to my YouTube page at Michelle Cotton. So what's the topic? I told you guys last week that we're going to continue with part 2 of valuing the unseen, but this time it's going to be for the women. We're going to give the women some praise. Last week I gave the men some praise. We just kind of called out all those things that they do that may go unrecognized. So this week we're going to do the same thing for our lovely women and females, okay? As always, please go out if you have not purchased the Words of Wisdom 60-day devotional. This released in July, so it's been out, I can't believe it, for like almost 5 months. I'm very excited about it. You can download it to your Amazon Kindle if you are a member, or you can purchase it from Amazon.com. Go ahead, support it. You'll love it. It's great. You can repeat it over and over again. So let's jump into it. Valuing the unseen for women. We're going to talk about the physical attributes for that. We're going to talk about the spiritual, and we're also going to talk about the emotional sides of valuing the unseen. So first, we know women to be what? Nurturers, caregivers. We know them to be providers. We know them to be supportive. So how can we appreciate them? How can we show that we truly appreciate and recognize what women contribute, what they bring to the table? You know, we have a lot of stay-at-home moms. We have a lot of mothers who also work and take care of the home. Or we have a lot of women who do that. Necessarily not mothers, but then we have a lot of women in relationships who keep everything together, who supports the man, supports the family. And they could be working as well, so they're multitasking, they're handling all of this stuff. What they're doing, they are master managers, right? So let's begin to look at and recognize that caregiver side. We have women who takes care of the home, and I'm not just talking about the cleanliness of a home, but I'm talking about the energy in the home. We have women who understand communication effectively and how to effectively communicate. I said it that way. We understand women. We have women who understand how, when the man comes home, he has had a long day working, providing, and he may be a little drained and exhausted, how not to bring up topics at the wrong time. You understand what I'm saying? We have to begin to appreciate that and celebrate those women who's not like, as soon as you walk in the door, there's an issue. That gives you that time, and you come to your sanctuary, which is your home, and it's peaceful. Your kids are clean and settled. Your house is clean and dinner is ready or is being prepared. She's checking on you. How was your day? You know, it's not all about her. Let's begin to celebrate that. Let me tell you, it's not easy. Same thing for the men, how we discussed on last week. It's not easy being the provider when you're looked at that it's your responsibility to go out there and make the donuts and bring the donuts back so the wife can have something to cook with, right? So things like that. So let's not forget to celebrate and praise the nurturers, the women who can effectively communicate, the women who understand, and they have a great mentality when it comes down to nurture, providing, supporting, right? Supporting dreams. There are plenty of women with children, without children, that's in serious committed relationships who literally supports their partner, right? How hard is that to come by? How hard, let me say it this way, how challenging is that to come by when it's genuine and sincere? You can find it, and you may have people, men or women, who can maintain it for a little while, but when you know it's authentic and sincere, that it's not an act, it's not a role that we're playing, and this is a part of a person's character to be supportive. Whether you have a big dream to be an entrepreneur, whether you want to be a contractor, whether you want to go be an actor or actress, or whatever the case is, that they support you 100%. They help you push that dream to meet that goal and expectation. You got to remember to celebrate that. Let's not forget to say, hey, babe, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for having my back. Thank you for picking up the ball when I dropped it and running with it. You know, there's some people out there, men and women, that it's a one-sided partnership. And we can't depend on the other person to really Get that ball. Sometimes I may drop the ball. Sometimes I may grow a little weary. But I need that rider with me, that partner, to grab that ball and let's go running. When I'm a little weak, we're a team. And I can depend and rely on that person. You got to celebrate the women as well. Like we talked about last week. We got to celebrate the men who can do that, who supports you, right? Spiritual. Listen, this is so heavy for me because you got to have someone who's like-minded, where you can be on one accord, where you can be in agreement. You want a partner who agrees with you. You want a partner who shares the same faith as you. You don't want to be divided from the very beginning. So if you find a partner, you find a significant other in relationship who you guys are like-minded and you share the same values and interests, oh my goodness, the same faith. You already can go into this thing knowing that at least this foundation is firm and is set and is rooted and is grounded, right? Love. Women by nature, we love hard. This is a very important topic that I wanted to touch on because sometimes men, and I'm not throwing you guys on the bus, you guys know how much I support you and rally for you, and they say I am a woman coach for the men, like I'm a woman's coach, I guess, but I support men. I guess that's how they say it. I really don't know. It's just what the reviews I get. Meaning that I support men over women. I don't. It's equal opportunity here, equality for me. I love men and I love the women. I support all of us, okay, together. But when we talk about love, women love hard. We are emotional. And it's not a negative. And when you find a woman who is emotional, it just means that we care. We love you. We want to see you win. We want us to win together. So when you have that woman who loves hard and she may become frustrated, she may become hurt, and there may be a disappointment there, don't take it as a negative. Take it as like, what can I do to let's get past this? And recognize that it's because she loves you. It's not because she hates you. She's not mad because she doesn't like you. She's mad because she loves you. She's mad or disappointed because she loves you, right? So you got to begin to recognize that and praise her for that. Don't make her feel bad about it or guilty or regretful about loving and loving unconditionally and loving you through trial and error and tribulations and setbacks and goals and ambitions and dreams and prosperity and peace and victories. You got to love her because she loves you through all of that, and recognize that, it takes nothing to say, I see what you're doing and I like it. It takes nothing for a small comment, that can really boost someone's self-confidence, to esteem them, to edify them. What we want to do is edify in our relationships. When I tell you guys, building your partner up is so key. Affirming them, validating them is so key, right? And that falls under the spirituality, also the emotional, which leads us into our next one. Encouraging them. It's like supporting them and just being on the same page. Bringing peace, not chaos. Bringing calm and tranquility into your relationship. Bringing focus into your relationship, right? So I'm just loving this topic, but we got to remember, men, that we got to esteem our women. We got to say, hey, I see what you're doing. It's not easy. It's not easy taking care of the kids, managing your work schedule, managing the household, making sure your husband or your spouse or your significant other is good. And I'm not talking about just surface good. I'm talking about good in all areas. Spiritually, emotionally, physically. This is a 24/7 responsibility. And what you don't want to see happen, that it now becomes an obligation. Yes, there are several responsibilities and obligations, but we don't want to look at it like that. We want to view it as something that I get joy in doing, right? We want to look at it as something that I'm happy to do, that I would do it whether I was getting paid to do it or not. This is how we want to bring back that camaraderie and that understanding into the relationship dynamic, right? And so you want to continue to focus on your woman or your wife and your female in your relationship. You want to praise her. You want to, again, edify her, esteem her, let her know she's doing a great job, even if she slacks a little bit. I get it. This was a bad week. This was a hard week for the both of us, but we got it, babe. We got it, right? Also, like emotion, you want to trust her because she puts the trust in you. You want to also reciprocate that. And I know that trust is one of the most challenging things in relationship. You could be with a person for 20 years. You could be with a person for 2 months. Trust needs to be very prevalent. It is important. It needs to be at the top of the list or at the bottom, because it needs to start at the foundation. Trust is important. And I know that sometimes situations, circumstances, scenarios can come into place where, you know, that trust can be tested. But when you know somebody from building relationships with them, you know what they're capable of doing or not. So esteem your woman again, esteem that your significant other, and trust. Baby, I do trust you. I know from our relationship that you won't do anything intentionally on purpose to mislead me, to steer me the wrong way, to violate me in some way, or to harm me. Let her know that you trust her. Vice versa with the man, like I said last week. Let her know that you trust him and that you're depending on him. You know, it's important, you know, that you have a woman who listens. That's the next thing. When I tell you, I know it can be a little shaky, you know, sometimes, because if you get a very strong, independent-minded woman, right, it can be a little challenging to get her to really listen. I can speak on this because I'm one of those women. I will hear you out, I will listen, but sometimes if I'm passionate about something, I will again begin to talk. I will maybe get a little bit upset, frustrated, especially if it's not going the way that I thought that it should be going. However, I'm practicing, like most women, to listen and to really understand. The Bible does tell us to be slow to speak and quick to listen, right? So we do have to practice that wisdom and give us an opportunity. You know, again, we are nurturers, we are lovers, we love hard. So sometimes it may take us a minute to really tap into the art of listening and calming down and not being so passionate all the time, but just work with us. But when you get a woman who listens, again, just like communication, they can do it effectively, but they hear you out and there's a way to compromise, there's a way to resolve it, and it works for you too. Let's give her the opportunity, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks for the men, and now this week for the women, is valuing the unseen. We can praise everything else. We praise appearance and looks, and we praise cars and careers and, you know, all these things. But when do we praise the things we don't see, like peace in the home, or like understanding and clarity and commitment and trust, you know, joy? When do we praise these things? Let's begin to put value and worth on what we do not see. We can see the big house. Great. God bless. You know, look at you. We can see how fine he is or how fine she is, how she keeps her physical appearance up. That's great. Yes, I expect that too. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But what about, again, the peace that she brings into the home? What about the provision that he provides? I don't want you to walk away from watching this video and going, wow, that's not important. It is important. I want you to walk away with this thought-provoking idea of, let's start placing worth and value on the things that I can't see, or the things other people can't see. When you posting your selfies on Instagram with y'all on vacation, you know, post about, you know what, we here on vacation because my wife helped me save money, or my husband, we put a little emergency fund to the side. Let's celebrate that while we posting and letting the world see what's going on. Let's post some authentic, organic, and real stuff, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to always follow me, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Shelly D. Cotton. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go out one more time and get the Words of Wisdom devotion. I talk about a lot of this stuff in this devotional. It's 60 days. Again, I always say you can repeat it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and guess what? I will see you back here next week. Have a good day.